Victor Osimhen scored 26 goals to win Napoli, their first league title in 33 years. And less than 12 months later, they stripped him of his shirt, froze him out of the squad, and left him scrambling for a loan to Turkey. That's not a rebuilding decision. That's a relationship so broken it destroyed the value of one of the most lethal strikers in world football. And everyone thinks they know why it fell apart. Greedy agent, impossible wages, Saudi money corrupting the market. Wrong. The real reason European giants refused to sign Victor Osimhen is a story about a TikTok video, intense negotiation standoffs, and a release clause so absurd it functioned as a wall. November 2021. Osimhen collides with Inter Milan's Milan Skriniar during a Serie A match. The impact shatters his orbital bone and cheekbone. Surgeons insert 18 screws and 6 metal plates into his face. He returns to the pitch wearing a protective mask that becomes his signature. The injury should have ended him. Instead, he becomes unstoppable. May 2023. Osimhen finishes the season with 26 league goals. Napoli wins the Scudetto for the first time since Diego Maradona's era. He becomes the first African player ever to win the Serie A Top Scorer award. He's 24 years old. Every major club in Europe is watching. This is the moment his value peaks. September 26th, 2023. Osimhen misses a penalty against Bologna. Hours later, Napoli's official TikTok account posts a video mocking the miss with a high-pitched, squeaky voiceover saying, "Gimme penalty, please." Then they post another video comparing him to a coconut. Osimhen sees it. His agent sees it. The entire football world sees it. He immediately deletes every Napoli photo from his Instagram. His agent threatens legal action. The club issues a statement defending its intentions, but stops short of an apology, and the damage is done. Your employer just won their first championship in 3 decades because of you, and their response is to publicly mock you on social media in a way that feels racially coded. How do you come back from that? How does the relationship survive? It doesn't. December 23rd, 2023. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis tries to repair the damage by offering Osimhen a contract extension. He raises his salary to 10 million euros net per year, making him the highest paid player in Napoli's history. Osimhen signs until 2026. But buried in that contract is a 130 million euros release clause. 130 million euros. For context, that's more than what Real Madrid paid for Jude Bellingham, more than what Arsenal paid for Declan Rice. It's a number designed to scare off buyers. And it works. So how did things get this bad? Subscribe to this channel and you'll start noticing how many things like this happen right under your nose. May 2024. Paris Saint-Germain approaches Napoli with a combined package offer worth over 200 million euros for Osimhen and his teammate Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. De Laurentiis rejects it outright. He's convinced he can extract more. He's convinced the market will bend to his demands. He's wrong. Summer 2024. Chelsea makes contact. They're interested. Osimhen is interested. But Chelsea operates under a strict new wage structure implemented after their billion-euro spending spree. They can only offer 4 million euros in guaranteed salary, plus 4 million euros in performance bonuses. That's 8 million euros total if Osimhen hits every single bonus target. He's already on 10 million euros guaranteed at Napoli. Chelsea isn't lowballing him out of greed. They cannot break their own wage structure without collapsing the entire pay scale. Osimhen walks away. Who wouldn't? August 30th, 2024. Deadline day. Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly steps in. They agree to pay Napoli 80 million euros. They offer Osimhen a contract worth 40 million euros per year. 40 million. 4 times what he earns at Napoli. The deal is done. Medical is scheduled. Osimhen has already mentally checked out of Napoli. And then De Laurentiis demands an extra 5 million euros at the last minute. 5 million euros. On an 80 million euro deal. Al Ahly had already agreed to pay Osimhen's agent fees, cover all transaction costs, and meet Napoli's asking price. And the negotiations ultimately collapsed at the final hurdle. Al Ahly walks away. They signed Brentford's Ivan Toney instead within hours. Osimhen is left with nothing. If this is hitting different, take a second to hit like. It genuinely helps the algorithm show this to more people who need to see it. August 30th, 2024. The transfer window closes. Napoli officially excludes Osimhen from their Serie A squad list. They hand his number 9 shirt to new signing Romelu Lukaku. The same Romelu Lukaku who scored 13 league goals the previous season compared to Osimhen's 15 that year and 26 the season before. The message is clear. You're not wanted here. Osimhen is frozen out. No squad, no shirt, no future. Chelsea's offer wasn't an insult. It was structured to fit their strict wage policy. They couldn't pay more without breaking the incentive-driven wage structure they had established under new ownership. PSG's €200 million combined package for both Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia wasn't rejected because it was too low. It was rejected because De Laurentiis believed he could get more. The Saudi deal didn't collapse because Osimhen got greedy. It collapsed because his president demanded $5 million more at the worst possible moment. Every single European giant that should have signed him ran the same calculation. Pay €130 million for a striker whose president publicly humiliated him, whose relationship with the club is visibly toxic, and whose injury history includes 18 screws and 6 metal plates in his face? Or wait a year and see if the price drops? They all chose to wait. September 3rd, 2024. Osimhen fires his agent, Roberto Calenda. Just fires him. After years of working together. After Calenda publicly defended him during the TikTok incident. After Calenda negotiated the €10 million contract extension. Gone. Osimhen bypasses him entirely and personally works with Turkish intermediary George Gardi to arrange a loan move to Galatasaray. Napoli extends his contract to 2027 and lowers his release clause to €75 million to protect his value. But the damage is done. Galatasaray wasn't his dream destination, but a viable solution to avoid sitting out the season. The 2024 to 2025 season begins. Osimhen plays in Turkey while the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A carry on without him. He scores 37 goals in 41 games. He helps Galatasaray win the Super League title. He's still one of the best strikers in the world. And while elite European clubs monitored his situation, none made a decisive move, leaving Galatasaray to secure him. July the 31st, 2025. Galatasaray makes the loan permanent. They pay Napoli €75 million, $40 million up front, $35 million by the end of 2026. It's a Turkish transfer record. Osimhen signs a 4-year contract worth €15 million net per season, more than Napoli ever paid him. And buried in that deal is an anti-Serie A clause penalizing Galatasaray if they sell him to an Italian club before September 1st, 2027. De Laurentiis made sure Juventus could never afford him, even from Turkey. February the 17th, 2026. Osimhen breaks his silence during a pre-match press conference. He accuses his former club Napoli of treating him like a dog during the exit saga. He says they tried to ship him anywhere just to get rid of him. He asserted that he wasn't a puppet to be moved around. He's not angry anymore. He's done. Osimhen didn't fail. Napoli failed him. De Laurentiis inserted a release clause so high it functioned as a do not enter sign. He mocked his best player on TikTok. He rejected a €200 million offer from PSG. He torpedoed a $40 million Saudi deal over unresolved terms and negotiation breakdowns. And when the window closed with no buyers, he stripped Osimhen of his shirt and froze him out like he was the problem. European giants didn't refuse to sign Victor Osimhen because he wasn't good enough. They refused because his club made him untouchable in the worst possible way. They weaponized his contract. They destroyed his market value with public humiliation. And they left him with two choices: accept a steep pay cut to join Chelsea or flee to Turkey and rebuild his career from scratch. He chose Turkey. And he's thriving there. 26 goals. A league title. A €15 million salary. But it's not the Premier League. It's not Real Madrid. It's not where a 26-goal Scudetto winner should be playing. The worst part? This was avoidable. Every step of the way. Don't post the TikTok video. Don't set the release clause at €130 million. Don't reject PSG's €200 million package for Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia. Don't demand an extra $5 million from the Saudis in the final hour. Any one of those decisions gets changed, and Osimhen is playing Champions League football for a European giant right now. Instead, he's in Istanbul, wearing the mask, scoring goals, and proving every single week that Europe made a mistake. If any of this stuck with you, like and subscribe. There's so much more to uncover.